got that summertime madness.
Ooh,
Right? Look how beautiful that is. Why are we here? Why are we not there? In beautiful St. John.
maybe one day soon.
One day, very, very soon. All right, I think we are live. And let me tell the people on Instagram now that I have things set up so it doesn't take forever. Is my camera a little out of focus? No, it's okay.
Uh, Not really. I think I can see you pretty well.
No, I think I'm in focus, but I think if I go like here, I'm too much.
I'm looking at you on YouTube and you look fine.
All right, okay. That's all that matters.
Good afternoon, Richard. How are you doing today?
Oh, look at that. Richard first in the room. I love it.
I mean, technically, I was first, Richard. I was like
Uh,
waiting
let, let,
from the Raptors. But yes, Richard is the first non-person on the like the person not live in the chat.
oh man, it's
Oh,
sad when your people won't let you win, Richard. It
I'm
really
sorry. No,
is.
Richard, you were first. I'm sorry. Can
It's
you
all
tell I
right.
woke up ornery? I'm giving poor Richard problems when he all he did
Yeah,
is say
I
"Let's
know
go, fam," and I'm over here like
exactly.
I was first. Uh, don't wake up on the
It's
wrong
all right.
side of the bread.
Oh boy. All right, I'm almost to this topic.
Sunset at 6:53. That'd be nice, man. That's the thing. Like that's the one thing about back home. Like you do get a sunset at 6:53. Out
The
here,
best
man,
sunsets.
sunset at 8 p.m., dude. It's like too much daytime. I know that sounds crazy, but
Well,
eh.
the problem is so much daytime, not enough beach. You know.
Yeah, especially in Orlando, you're nowhere near any water, and these pools don't hit the same, man. I'm sorry, Richard. You're right. I shouldn't be so sensitive. I gotta man up, man
All
up.
right, so we are now. Everybody on Instagram knows that we are live, and let's keep going. So summertime is here, friends. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. I just wanted to start you off with this beautiful view. This is the Windmill Bar on one of the, I'd say the peaks, right, Jay, of St. John, Virgin Islands. Why did we ever leave this place or these places? I have no idea, but
I mean,
here we
after
are
a
talking to you.
week, you get bored, man.
This is true. This is true. After a week, there's nothing else to do. But look how beautiful the weather is, and it made me think it's summertime. We should start talking about some summertime watches. Before we get started, make sure you reach out to CQ at cqthewatchguy.com for all your independent watch advice needs. You're looking for a watch, you want to sell a watch, you just need a watch guy to talk to. CQ, this guy at cqthewatchguy.com is here for all your timepiece needs. What is your definition of a summer watch?
Um, I'm thinking sporty. Like if you show me any dress watches, if you put a Patek Philippe on the screen today, then you're not following the theme.
Are you saying a Patek can't be a
Well, I
summer
mean,
watch?
I know you. Well, we've talked about the Nautilus every day, so we're not talking about Nautilus today. Maybe your
Okay, okay.
Aquanaut, because we don't give enough Aquanaut love, but the vast majority of Pateks are not. And Longa probably won't be talked about unless we're bringing up Odysseus. Like, we're probably going to be talking about Daytona Beaches and IWC Aqua Timers and, Yacht Masters. Those are, in my opinion, like summer
So
comes to mind with those.
so I'll bring up one longer watch, only because you said it, right? So this is your fault. I'm gonna bring up one longer watch that I will definitely wear as my summer watch, and it is not the
Richard
Odysseus.
makes a great point. Anything on a rubber strap kind of gives summer vibes. What's going on, Trap Vision? Welcome, welcome. We're starting earlier today, a little
A little
earlier.
bit earlier. What's up, Chat Vision? This thing, bro. Look at this watch. So this is from the Philips New York auction that's gonna happen this
See,
weekend.
Scoop, you're pushing your agenda. This is not a summer watch. Like,
Listen,
hey, look, I love you to
this
death, brother. I respect you. You're pushing an agenda. Just because there's a pink dial does not make it a summer watch.
listen, you put a little bit of a lighter strap on it, right? Something that's not glossy.
No rubber
And like,
strap. It's not a summer watch. Richard said it.
man, hey, I can find a tropical composite strap to put this thing on. And like, I'm just saying,
Do
like,
you
I'm
think it
on a
would look as
yacht.
good on a rubber strap? Like this is an alligator strap watch, bro. Come
I,
on,
I
you're
don't
you're
know how you could
stretching.
make this watch look. How could you make this watch look bad?
I'm not saying so. No, 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 no. We're talking about summer watches. We're not talking about
All right,
what
okay,
looks good
okay.
and what looks good. Okay, and I'm
I
just
just
telling
wanted to show
you.
this watch. I just wanted to show this watch.
See, you're pushing your agenda. It's a nice watch. It's a beautiful watch, but it's not a summer watch.
I couldn't help it. I've been thinking
No,
about
it's
this watch
amazing.
since I see.
No, no, no. It's just it's hilarious that you started off with like we're talking summer watches. Here's this longest sun, the 1815 chronograph. No, not at
I like what
all.
I like where Joseph D said like Cartier tank with t-shirt and shorts. That's all you need.
Yeah,
I like that. I like
yeah.
that.
That's
All
a
right.
good point.
Okay. Really
That's a
quick.
good point.
This is a one of one 2022 Best of Show Concorso de Eleganza Villa de Este that was made for I believe a car show in Monaco. Over and under 300,000. Over under.
Over 300.
Oh,
Salmon
boom, right there.
dial, blah blah blah.
It,
This
it's
would definitely fall under the what is luxury watch because it's a luxury watch.
yes. Now, would you say a swatch, a 50 fathoms, a Blancpain 50 fathoms swatch, is that to your summer watch? Would you buy a swatch watch? What's your opinion? I don't think I ever got your
What
opinion on
Swatch
the
watches?
collabs. Not a swatch
Oh,
watch,
sorry,
excuse me.
sorry. Oh, oh. I get what you're
A
saying
swatch
now.
collaboration. Hello, Tan. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us.
What's going on, Tan? I mean, they just feel like
Be
cash
honest. Be
grabs.
honest.
It feels like cash grabs. Even though I do like the moon swatches, these are nice. Like they're not bad. It's kind of, it's what we need. We do need affordable watches that have like this kind of recognition. Like, because how else are you gonna get a blank pawn? How much are these collabs? 400s? Yeah.
400.
So it's like nobody ever is gonna be able to get a blanc pawn like stamped watch for $400. So it does kind of bridge the gap. This yeah, you could say this is a summer watch. I mean, it gives that like adventure vibe. So I would say that this is a summer watch.
All right. I think so. Actually, I think this might be the one that I like the most.
The case back is very cool. Whatever they got going on
I
the
think that's a
back.
sea cucumber or sea slug,
Okay.
something like that.
Hey.
All right. So, what is a summer watch? This is a very tough question, right? Because it really depends what you're doing your summer, right? Like Joseph D said, all you might need is a Cartier tank, and maybe it's no more long sleeves. You got some shorts off, and it's just something that puts you in that summer vibe. If you're somebody who's doing a lot of traveling, maybe you want a GMT or a World Timer. I do agree with Richard that it's something maybe on a rubber strap, maybe on a bracelet, depending where you are. You know, we're from the Caribbean, so summertime means like everything is getting sweat out. So definitely rubber straps or textile sailcloths for me. But you know, we started here, and you said the Aquanaut was not a
No,
summer watch. No, that's you said
no.
that. No,
No, no, no, no, no. You know what the
I will
beauty?
pull back the.
You want to know the beautiful thing about lives is that when we end this live, people will be able to go back and hear me
You
say
said it.
that.
You
No, no,
said
no. I said that Paddock does not have summer watches besides the Nautilus and Aquanaut, and we can talk about the Aquanaut because we don't talk about it every day like we do the Nautilus. That is exactly what I said, and Richard was here. He can confirm that. I did say that the Aquanaut, dude,
all right.
Aquanaut has a rubber strap. Come
Okay, all right.
on.
That's where I was coming from. Was like you don't see that
Trap
as
Vision said the green
a
slapped
summer
hard.
watch.
Yes, the green Aquanaut. You're talking about the green Aquanaut. That's that baby. I'm with you on that one.
Oh yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
I mean,
The
like to
Aquanaut's a
me,
better watch than the Nautilus.
in which way?
Just looks like a better watch. It feels like a better watch. I've worn both on my wrist, and I feel like the Aquanaut is a better watch to me. Nautilus just has more clout, more notoriety. But I think that the Aquanaut as a watch just looks better. It feels better. It's a nice watch. I don't know.
It does feel good. Like when you have an Aquanaut properly sized, there's nothing else that really hugs your wrist like it. I will definitely admit that. And the khaki green to me was just like one of the
Dude,
smartest moves. It just
yes.
looks good. Better than the pumpkin. Better like it just something about that khaki green is like it's sporty, but it doesn't make it too. I don't know. It doesn't take it out of the world.
Patton mentioned Odysseus Longa White Gold is a summer watch. Yeah, I mean, I would say the Odysseus has summer vibes. It definitely has summer vibes. It's probably the only Longa that has summer vibes, unlike what Sequan said. But yes, I would agree with you on that, Tan. Um,
Okay.
the Odysseus comes with a rubber strap, right? You can throw a rubber on that. has like I know the
Yeah,
integrated bracelet, but
it does. All right. Oh, I spelled it wrong. There you go. So this is one on It's actually a great choice for a summer watch because you can do it on a rubber strap. Price wise, they're I'm sorry, these there you go.
yeah, yeah. No, I can see it. I can definitely see
I'd
it.
rock this for the summer. I'd want a few different color rubber straps though, just to like, even though that's one of the hardest requests you could make is to get like a custom rubber that fits like these funny lugs, but I'd want to. But I think this is a clean, classy summer piece. Don't gotta take it off. You could rock it for the whole summer and really put some memories on it. If you don't get that piece unique that I showed at the beginning. Even a stainless steel one in its own way,
Well, I mean, yeah, with the first one you showed, the white gold.
in terms of
Sorry, you said even the stainless steel one. I'm confused.
yeah, even the stainless steel this year's, I would see as a great summer watch. 'Cause I guess when I think of summer watches, sometimes I think like you're taking a lot of trips, and it's like one or two pieces that you end up always gravitating towards.
Mhm.
So I think like Odysseus in my collection, I could see that as something that I hold on to and I
Well, it
enjoy
almost
very
made
very
me
much
feel
so.
like you were insinuating a stainless steel piece couldn't be a summer watch because you were like, even the stainless Odysseus, and I'm just like, well, yes,
Well,
precious metal watches do kind of scream summer, but I mean, so many steel watches are summer watches. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I'm gonna show you a watch. It does screen summer, and it's all of the Omega Summer Blue editions. And like, if we're talking about a great value, I think all these Omega Summer Blue watches, no matter which variation you take, is an amazing value compared to retail and just a really great looking watch. Look at the
And
Seamaster 300.
does say that the Odysseus is a bit heavy, which I probably
It's
would
good for the
maybe
gun show.
without the rubber strap, maybe it's not as bad, but you're right. With the bracelet, it probably does have some heft to it. I'm not a big fan of this watch. I'm not a big fan of
The mesh or the Seamaster 300s.
yeah, the Seamaster 300. And you know I like Omega. I just there's something about that case style with the bezel and then just helium release valve. Like I'm never in my life am I ever going to be low enough to be using the helium. Is that a helium release valve on that watch?
No, this is not a
Okay.
helium release
I,
valve.
I apologize. It's in the position where that typically would be. What is that there? Is it internal
So
bezel?
for yes, exactly. So for the pull prop, this trigger here lets you control the
No, no, no,
bezel.
no. I'm sorry. I was talking about the watch prior, the one where it
Oh, on
had.
the Seamaster 300, it is a helium escape valve.
Okay,
Everyone says they don't need a helium escape valve until you find yourself thousands of feet below in a diving bell, and you're going back up, and you know what? Your crystal pops off, and then you're like, I should have had my helium release valve.
yeah,
So
because everybody's
I'm just
James
saying,
Cameron. Everybody is James Cameron.
hey, he was a truck driver before he was going deep, so you never know, man.
What was
I'm
the
just
what
saying.
was the what was that group of people who went down to go look at the sub
No,
Titanic? They were wearing this watch and they couldn't save them.
you're terrible. Anyways, am I crazy for liking this full prof? A little bit.
You said Plopov, and I just heard like you know the peanuts, you know the grown-ups and the peanuts.
What?
Once you
What? What?
said
What?
Plopov, that's all I heard. Blah, blah, blah. Vimal says summer watches need fun color. Yeah, gotta be something you will be embarrassed to be seen with in a formal setting. I kind of agree with that. Like summer watch has to be the opposite of what you're wearing to a business dinner. I would
I like that.
100% agree with Vimal on that. And actually, that's the best photo of that Omega that you pulled up yet. That one shot. But it's just like this. I gotta jump through hoops to like this watch for some reason. That sunburst.
This isn't for you. This is a little bit of a thicker boy. This is a thicker watch. It's more of a diver. But if you were somebody who liked Planet Oceans, this is probably one of the better looking Planet Oceans you could get. It's kind of like that. If you're somebody who likes Seamaster 300s, that Summer Blue is one of the better variations. If you're somebody who likes the Ploprof, that Summer Blue is probably one of the better variations you're gonna get. To be honest with you, so that's kind of where you're
Well, you're
the
right.
lens you gotta look at.
It is a little bit more artistic in the way that it was developed, or like this the coloration. Julius Caesar, welcome, said to be
Hey
frank,
Caesar,
99.99% of people don't need a dive watch. I mean, you could venture on to say like I don't think anybody needs a dive watch. You know, we just get the vast majority of people who own a Submariner have not gone lower than 40 meters ever in their life. I will put
A-
money on that.
As a matter of fact, I say most people who buy like a Submariner or like a diving watch are scared to even get the watch wet. It's a very funny thing because you're spending so much money on an object, but at the end of the day, like
You want to hear the
you
funniest
know,
part? You're so
it's
right.
meant to
And
be.
then you have people buying chronographs asking how far they can go into the water with it. And then
Oh,
no, dead ass, bro. Dead
it's so
ass,
crazy.
bro. There's like, yeah, so I was thinking I'm going to the Maltese, and it's like, am I okay to wear this 1815 up and down? And
It's like
it's like, are you?
no.
Yeah, the pin pushers are gonna do so well underwater, submerged. Anyways, what are we looking at? This is a summer watch. This the
I,
colors. It goes back to Vimal. What Vimal was saying. Even though you wouldn't be embarrassed wearing this in a business meeting. Trap
oh no, not at
Vision
all.
3D says, what else would a death dive with Julie? What else would I death dive with Julius? Oh, I'm
Good point.
slow.
Good
Very
point.
good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Death diving.
So so this is the IWC Pilot Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team chronograph. And I love this just because I'm a little bit of an F1 fan since Drive to Survive. And the colors, I think that AMG Petronas colors just give you a nice pop. Looks great on this carbon fiber strap. Then they give you a blue rubber as well. And now they're floating down. This guy has it for 64.88 on Reddit. I'm sure you could probably hit him at 6, maybe 5,900 on a wire, and he take it.
You better have both straps. If he gets away with selling this watch without both straps, I'm gonna be furious
No,
because
get both. It's gonna be
well, no, no,
you
no.
know
There's
the.
no both. It's three. I think there's a pink strap that goes with this, if I'm
Oh,
correct.
I have seen the pink strap.
Yes, I
I
think it
have
comes
seen the
with three
pink strap.
straps. It comes with this one with the blue inlay, and it comes with the rubber and then pink. So if you don't have all three, you're not getting the complete set. So they'll let you know. Oh, Jesus. Um, wrong character.
Shit, I don't
Anyways.
even know your name.
But yeah, nice watch. That is definitely a summer watch. I agree with you on that one. This watch is IWC cash grab when they figured out Netflix has brainwashed a ton of women into liking F1.
Are they wrong, Vimal? I'm not. I'm on board. I'm on board with
Trap Vision said, I tried this IWC on a few months ago. It looks great. Oh, wait, it's a great looking watch in the Oh, sorry, a
in
great
the middle.
looking watch in the metal. I don't know why I wanted to say mental. I was like, it probably looked good in person. Julius Seaver said, I'm guilty of wearing a dive watch at work. Diving deep into Excel sheets can be strenuous. Oh
Hey, those
man.
Excel sheets get deep though, so I could, make sure the meter, make sure your water resistance is right, because those Excel sheets can get
It's crazy that we've
very
been
deep.
using Excel for like 20 years and we haven't come up with something better. Before anybody says Tableau, Tableau is just Excel with like bells
It's
and
not.
whistles. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I can't. You're giving me flashbacks.
Yeah, and trust me, dude. It's like Akira.
I'm trying to stay far, far away from Excel sheets. I'm hiring people just to do the Excels. I
Brother.
won't go back. You're not taking me back.
Do not say VLOOKUP. That is the worst word in the world. Oh, that's the V
Anyways,
word. Anyways, yeah, you're right.
I would remiss to do a summertime watch episode without talking about the Lachute original CQ,
Are you
which is a beautiful.
are you sending a bad signal for Essie or something with your little German plug?
I know, Listen, we got to activate Germany somehow, right? But honestly, the Glashute Original is a great brand. It's a brand I always talk about. The CQ, which has a really great name. It came out a few years ago, and there's many variations. And for the price point, you can pick them up at 7,300. I think these go closer to 10 or so. In-house movement. You got a nice dual big date window. I forget how you call that.
Why is it called a CQ? Like I know it's spelled
Uh,
SEAQ, but like so is there this is their diver watch?
there will be nothing you could do in this world to convince me that it was not named after me. That's all I'll say. There's just nothing that no one could do. I have enough anecdotal evidence, and I know enough people in the right places to see how somebody panorama date. Thank you so much, Julius Caesar. I'm the worst watch guy out there. But but I won't. No legal action. If anybody from Glashute Original, like, I love you guys. I'm a big fan of the whole team over there. I just think we could do a piece unique or a limited edition CQ for CQ. I just think there's opportunity there. Let's not miss it. Let's not miss the slam dunk. That's all I'm saying. But it's correct. The panorama date is what that is called, which I love very much. I think these are great summertime watches. Great. I don't know. Glashute Original is one of those where, like, under 10 grand, there's a lot to buy. That's just, they're great values, and I don't see a lot of other watches giving you that bang for buck, especially under the $10,000 range. Really, really hard for me to find better made watches. That's my Glashute spiel for today.
Mm, they don't make anything that wows me. Top
Yeah,
Vision
they
said,
don't.
I do wear my divers on vacation in Bahamas. Very nice. Jealous. All of them have been down at least
Nice.
25 to 30 meters. So he's pretty much telling me that he be diving. All right. All right. You're right. But Maul says Glashute can't afford to pay their utility bills, let alone hire a lawyer to sue you.
Oh gosh, you're probably right, but we still gotta be nice.
The thing with Glashuta is just like, every watch I see, it's like, who asked for this? The CQ is okay watch, but it's still just kind of like, it it does nothing. The panorama date is probably the best part about that, and then that's just such a nothing burger almost.
It's for somebody who's looking for a dive watch. It's not a dive watch. It doesn't look like a dive watch. If you
You,
want a desk diver that has a little bit more of those vintage aesthetics, you go for the CQ. It's that type of thing.
I would put all the money in my bank account, which is not that much, that nobody owns just the Glashute. Like that is not your first watch. It is not your second.
No,
It's your
I
it's
wouldn't take that bet. I wouldn't take that bet. I wouldn't
nobody
take that bet.
outside of Germany owns Glashuta as their first watch.
I mean, there's
You're
some nice
telling me
watches.
I'm saying like not as a gift. I'm saying as if somebody's starting their watch journey, I highly doubt the first place they look is Glashuta.
No, it probably isn't the first place that they look, but there definitely are people who, like, they read a Hodinkee article and they saw a Senator Excellence or something like that, or Panoramic Date, or a Panoramic Inverse or something like that, and we're Because you got to remember, there are people out there who just getting married once. Where I don't even know the kind words to call ourselves.
We're
Whatever
harlots.
watch,
Just say we're a
we're
harlot.
harlots, okay? We're harlots. Whatever brand calls me in the night, whatever brand knocks on my door that looks good, that makes me, I'm gonna try to put it on my wrist. There are people out there who are much more monogamous in their watch relationships, and they'll buy a watch and have that watch for 5 to 6 years, and then say, maybe I do like watches I want to collect. So we can't say that, oh, there is, because just like this oceanographic 4000 on the screen, there's at least one person in this world where this is their only watch. And you're gonna tell me I'm crazy, but it's probably true. And that person might have paid retail for it.
Well,
So there's always one. There's always one. You can't ever say there's not at least one.
you're right. Bamal
One.
said 100% people would look for an Omega 100x more than they would for a Glashute. And I will venture to say you comparing Hublot to Glashuta is not even fair because you're
No,
right.
it's not.
There is some South American who only has Hublot. I'm telling you right now that Glashuta is like you just tried to say somebody read a Houdenki article. If you bought a watch off a Houdenki article in 2025, joke's on you.
The sad part is, Jay, many people are, like you say that, but it's like many people today, that's how they buy watches. They go, they hit Hodinkee, they refresh it. I remember there was a time where, like, this was
Man, what what
revival.
was it called? Crown and Caliber is doing so well right now. I
Oh,
wonder
don't do
what.
that. Don't.
Oh no, no, oh no! But I'm gonna take advice. No, no, never mind. Oh, sorry. So what are we looking at? Oblo Ocean Graphics. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go read Houdinki articles and make my
But no,
financial
but
decision based on
I,
Houdinki.
so that's a great point, right? Like, I think, especially in 2025, you should not be making financial decisions like what watches are today based on just a simple Hodinkee article. Because especially today, for sure, we all know it's pay for play at all levels, because they are owned by Watches of Switzerland now as well. So like we really, really shouldn't. To me, like it's good to garner information. And even this, right? Like we're having fun. I'm giving you information. We're talking watches you should buy. But at the end of the day, it's your money. You work hard for that money. So when you make that buying decision, it's your you pull the trigger. I mean, hit me up,
Hmm.
cqthewatchguy.com. Happy to give you advice and consultation and take you. Listen, I how I work, I take you right up. I take you right up to the runway. The plane is there. All you gotta do is hit the throttle, get it to the right RPM, and then we rotate and we're in the sky. But you gotta hit the throttle.
You kind of
You
sound
know?
like you're the fluffer. The mall said the person who has the shoot as his only watch lost the rest in the divorce settlement.
Hey, it be like that,
Yo,
Vimal.
she's like,
Come
I'm
on.
taking everything but the Glashutas because I don't know what to do with them. Like they have no value to me. I'm just saying. That IWC is very nice. I already know it's too
Yes.
expensive because it's a ceramic, isn't it?
No.
No?
No, but it's a time only, so it shouldn't be too bad. 8,500.
Ah, that's not that bad.
So that's the thing with IWC right now. They give you a really good variety of price points. There's some things that I think are priced too high, but like anything like with their older movements that are still in house, they actually give you like a pretty decent deal on. So IWC is actually a brand that I really like, and I do think this is a summer watch. And any of their the Mojave watches, I would consider summer watches as well. Let me see if
I
I can pull
like their
one up.
pilots that aren't big, which sounds crazy, but I do think that they have very nice pilot watch, like the Petite Princes and those lines. Like I like the color waves that they do with their pilots. IWC does not get talked about enough, in my opinion.
They kind of went quiet for a little bit, even though they're still making good watches. So then you have look, so you can get the Mojave Chronograph Top Gun for 8850 right now, which I'd probably get over the time only. You might be more of a time only guy,
Well,
maybe Jay.
it's just buttons I'm never gonna push. It always goes back down to that.
Well, we should save that. That's the best T-shirt we can make. Like a watch with a chronograph and like all the buttons I'll never push. Say nobody steal that, by the way. Don't steal that. Trademark, trademark.
The mall already has the shirt
I know,
on a
I know,
loom.
right,
He's already
Jamal?
printing them out.
I love this perpetual, by the way. 26,899, and this is a summer watch to me. I would wear this in the summer in the
Is
U.S.
that
as
one of
well.
those like each position of the crown changes a subdial? Because there's or
No,
they're pushers. I can't see.
so the great thing with the IWC perpetual calendar, everything is synced up to the crown. So everything you just
That's what I
change
was
the
saying.
crown.
That's what I said. Different
Yeah,
positions of the crown.
no, but not different positions, just one position. You just change the date and everything's synced up. You know what I mean? So it's not a
Wow.
it's a to me it's the best perpetual calendar. Now the new
Better than
AP
Patek's.
just came out. Well, in terms of usability, yes. The only issue with this is if you go forward too far, you gotta wait. You can't go back. So that's the only thing. If you go forward too far, you end up in a little bit of a tricky situation. You gotta send it back, or you just gotta wait. But beyond that, it's super easy to use, and I just love it. And I think at 26,899, I agree with you, Mal. This should be called the Dune Watch, even though there
Shia Lud.
was
Shia Lud.
Lisan Al Gaib. But no, IWC, they make a lot of great summer watches. Their ceramic pieces. What is the what do they call their white ceramic?
Sorry, but I don't think I've ever seen a white ceramic watch that I liked. And this is not it. I mean this
Vallejo.
is the white ceramic watch from them, but I'm saying that it's just like white ceramic is just like how many times can you wear that?
Well, the issue is you can wear it a lot, but you also have to like walk around with
That's
a rubber eraser because like
that's what I'm
it's gonna
saying.
get
It's
dirty.
going to
Yeah.
get dirty. Like the desk dives, the like the little like it's not going to be able to be polished. Like I don't know. Trap Vision seems to agree with Vimal, so we're going to call that the Dune Edition going forward. This is something I would have worn in Iraq during my deployment. Oh, thank you for your service, sir.
And thank you for your search, Child Vision. And definitely would go with the camel vibe of the desert camel look.
Hey, they wouldn't have seen you coming, bro. You would have been like the ghost of America, bro. Like you remember the ghost of Kiev? They'd have had Trap Vision out there, just like they can't see him. Like you can't see his hands. He just keeps shooting.
Oh man. Oh, of course. What am I talking about? We have to talk about overseas if we're talking summer watches because
I'm with you.
the best,
Put it on a
the
rubber trap
best.
with Gen 1, Gen 2. What are we talking?
I think you have to go Gen 3 if we're
Ooh.
talking summer watch because the Gen 3 you could take anywhere with you and you got the rubber, you got the leather, you got the bracelet. So in terms of versatility, I think you really can't do better than the Gen 3. And right now, the prices on the Gen 3s are all below retail, whether it's chronograph, dual time or not. And now there's the newer versions that have like the tapered bracelet. They're at retail. So I think overseas is a great brand and category for people to go ahead and attack. What would be your favorite variation of the overseas? I'll ask this to the chat as well. What's everybody's favorite overseas variation? Do you like a chronograph, a perpetual, blue dial, black dial? What's your combo?
Well, before we go into that, Trap Vision said the locals called him Black Devil.
Okay.
Whoa.
El Diablo Negro.
But Maul said by locals you mean women. I wish they
Okay.
called me Black Devil. The time only, man. I want a rose gold time only. Those, I don't care for
Ooh.
everything else, but the rose gold time only on a rubber strap, blue dial. Woo-wee. Yeah,
Let's go over here.
that. Um, it, the perpetual calendars are nice and all that stuff, but it goes back to like you're gonna be paying hand over fist for complications that I could give a damn about. But I can definitely understand why somebody would want that. What's popping, Goldfinger? CQ, Goldfinger
Hey,
says,
what's
"What's
going on,
up?"
Goldfinger? Good to see you.
But I mean,
Do you
any of
like
the
the
blue
blue
dial
dial?
overseas, it's yeah. I swear to God, bro, 5 to 10 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, why did we like green so much? I just don't get it. Blue is timeless. Green just feels like a fad to me, personally, especially the color green that they're using, that most of these brands are using, to be honest with you. That it's kind of like it's like that Panerai submersible green, like that weird
That
muted green.
olive.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more olive than like a punchy green. I don't know. I think everybody saw the success of blue, and they were like, okay, let's keep going. But blue, as you said, is it's a natural. If I have like, okay, if we started a watch brand, right, and we started with black dial, white dial, it's very natural to think that our next dial would probably be either a blue or maybe like a champagne copper,
Or
depending. But
gray.
blue is very or gray, right? Gray or blue actually would be probably the two next. Like we went into the design room. Okay, let's do a gray or a blue one. So that's very natural. When we start to get into greens and reds and things like that, we get into the exotic realm. And just like with the Tiffany, the turquoise blue, when everybody's doing it, including Bremont, it's overdone at that point. Whereas a blue, you can't overdo a blue because it's probably one of the
It's
blue and
so
red
weird because
favorite
it feels
colors.
like on the color wheel, like you can get away with wearing blue with so many colors, as opposed to like green. I really do feel like you're pigeonholed to watch I'm sorry, to wear specific colors, especially the green that they chose. The mall said Vacheron Constantine overseas moon phase retrograde date. Ooh, that's a title.
Yeah.
Um, Crab Vision was like, I actually have on a green nomadic Mariah dive watch. I don't know if I've seen that. What's going on, Tim Wright
Ooh.
and
Hey,
friends?
what's up, Tim Wright? If you don't know Tim Wright, Jay is he does the longest streams I've ever seen a human being.
Oh, I
Just
think
I
you've
think
mentioned
yeah,
Tim to me
I've showed you
before.
his streams before. He is the
Oh,
marathon
he's
streamer.
goaded. He's goaded. He's goaded.
Appreciate you for tuning in, Tim. So this is the Vacheron Constantine overseas moon phase retrograde date on the screen right here. And I do think this is a great watch, female. At first, I wasn't sure how to feel because they released a bunch of retrograde variations of Vacheron pieces at the same time. But the more I see these in pictures, especially at or under retail, over retail, I don't think so. We're at or under retail. I think this is a cool watch to enter the collection. Just different than anything else you'd see, right?
Yeah, no, I like it. Retrogrades are like fickle to me because it's just like I always feel like it's like you got to be into that style. Like I always feel like I'm missing something because it's usually like a half of something. You know what I'm saying? Like we did this with the Roger DeVries yesterday. Um, but nice watch. This is a nice watch. It has the moon phase. The moon phase makes up for the retrograde. I'm with you. The mom, I'm with you.
And it's a big retrograde, right? It's not like so it
Yeah.
doesn't even though the retrograde is the dial, it doesn't like it doesn't overpower the dial.
No,
Something about this I don't mind, where some retrogrades can be a little much.
I think for me though, like you have a couple drinks and then the numbers on the dial might get confusing to me. But I mean, like, who's using watches to tell time? I'm being facetious here. So it's a beautiful watch. It is a beautiful watch. Can you look up the watch that Trap Vision talked about? It's a Michael Brand from
Which one?
Belfast, Ireland. He said the Nomadic Mariah, Marai. It's a dive watch. I've never heard of that one
One
before.
second.
And it's Irish. I'm quarter Irish, man,
Nomadic
What do Irish people drink? Jameson.
and Guinness.
I don't like Guinness, but Jameson. I can get down with Jameson. That VC is a great piece. Brody from LA owns one. Oh, dope. Oh, that's what Tim Wright said. He was saying that the VC is a great piece.
All right. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, these are cool.
Oh, they kind of get has like a subby feel to it, at least from the photo
All
that I
right.
just saw.
Let's check them out.
Mm,
Ooh, built in Belfast like that. So this is the Crimson Dawn. 1249, nice price point. Let's
yeah,
get
not
some live
bad.
shots here. Ooh, little patina action here. Is that like a brown bezel?
It reminds me a little bit of a Tudor, not Rolex, more Tudor-esque, but like I like the vibe and the price is a lot better than a Tudor. That's for sure.
Which version does Trap Vision have? What
He
color?
said the
The
green,
green.
nomadic green, not the emerald abyss, even though that name
Oh,
sounds fire. Is it limited? Because I don't see it on there, on that page
I,
there.
I think it's there. Maybe the website's messing up. It might be my internet as well.
Okay. Hey, it's nice watches. Nice
Oh yeah, I
watches.
rock with this. We might have to check them out. There's so many great watch brands out there.
At what point does it get saturated? Like it feels like
I so technically it's already saturated, but if you know what you're looking for, there's still some great watches out there. There's some great pieces for you to get. But technically it's already saturated because we're in a world now where if you have enough money, you can make a watch brand. And it's so oh man, I had a great conversation with a little bit of an insider today and we are speaking about retail pricing. And how do I say this without so I just was like, I think these prices are crazy, man. Don't you think prices are just too high? And he was like, yes, I think these prices are extremely high. The pace of everything is going too high. And he said he was having a conversation with a independent watchmaker who was pricing his pieces, and he's like, listen, I would love to price something lower, but if I do, it kind of it will rub people the wrong way, right? Who are also in the business. Like they might look at me as somebody who's undercutting the business. I never thought about that angle,
mm,
right? And like when you like I'll tell you off air, but when you hear the watchmaker speaking about and the quality that they're producing, and he's able to offer at lower pricing, like he wanted to, like like they wanted to. I don't want to say that they wanted to. But he was like, if I did it, it would be blah 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 blah. And I was like, that's very interesting. And I think it really shows that deep down, a lot of the pricing that's going on is just other people keeping up with other people, and nobody wants to be low because they don't want to seem as the value brand, but also
so
they don't
people
want
are
to
like
ruffle
holding the
feathers.
line in a sense because
Exactly.
I can see how I've heard those conversations in back rooms before to a certain extent where it's just like, hey, if we lower this, we actually are the ones who hold the most, and so we'll be the ones who kind of get screwed. Real quick, Trap Vision said I met the Nomadic team out in Chicago. They were freaking amazing. And then he also said he just asked the question about the saturation. These micro brands are going every day, and I think that's where I get jaded about watches, especially because it's just like when I started or when you started talking to me about watches 15 years ago, it was very, very specific brands that you had to follow. And I'm sure even for you, it was easy. You wake up, you follow the brands that you love, you move on. Now there's a new brand every week. And it's like Do I care about Beauvais? Do I care about Bever? Do I care about Voudelaine? Do I care about Recepi? And it's like all these new names when back in the day it was like, I just need to learn about Jorn, you know?
Well, well, I think with those names in particular, it's a little bit different because they
The
are people
independent,
who
like
have
true watchmaking and independence.
I and they've also been in the industry and been a part of so many successful and
So they
groundbreaking
earn their
products.
stripes to you. They're like a Lauren Perrier in the making.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I could sit here for every name that you named. I could sit here and give you 30 minutes on why you should buy their watch, why you should buy their watch. But I'm gonna go on a Block to Watch right now. This is the website we're on. So I love Block to Watch, by the way. Shout out Ariel Adams, really really great. One of the old school, not old school, but like the older generation of watch blogs that have been doing it for a really really good time. So the reason why I wanted to go on this website is he talks about everybody. He talks about high end luxury. He talks about micro brand. That he gives everybody a chance, and he also lets people sponsor content. That means you see every brand you've never ever heard of here, and it's a great example of like let's just scroll down and you tell me how many brands have you actually heard of, right? You've heard of Gerard Perregaux, you've heard of No Cane, you've never heard of Kodawari, you've never heard of Sultan, you've never heard of Notice, you've never heard of Brinstar, you've we've heard of we've heard of Bremont, we've heard okay, so that row we've heard of, you never heard of Beta, what that, you know what I mean? So like, and this is just what came out in the last few
Better
weeks.
looks like a Jack and Dross. I know I said everything looks like a Jack and Dross, but that better looked like a Jack and
Exactly.
Dross.
You've never heard of Vicentera. You've heard of Formex because I've talked about it. You've heard of Citina. They've been around. You've heard of Chrono Swiss because we're talking about it all month. But you see what I'm saying? There's so many brands out there
So then,
that
how
I'm
do you
sure some of
protect
these.
yourself? Like, what's the proverbial condom for watch enthusiast? Like, how do you protect yourself from buying some garbage? Who besides going to CQ and Gottlieb and Co. How do you avoid the trash?
So the number one thing that everybody could do is rule number one: buy what you love. But you need to expand upon that, right? You need to really figure out what you love and why you love it, right? And I like and like when I say love, I know like okay, we're not supposed to fall in love with like a material object, but there's something that makes me wear this PRX every day. Even though when I could probably buy a bunch of other watches and I'm like, okay, I should buy something else. I'm wearing this Tissot, but I have so much great memories and energy and things tied up in this PRX that I'm gonna keep this on until I reach that next level of success I have in my mind. I'll buy other watches, but this is just my partner for this kind of journey in my life, right? And people need to figure out why they collect. I think what happens, right, is you get into the game at whatever price point, and you get on like a blog to watch, you listen to us talk, whoever talk, and you end up just being a machine gun, and you just buy something just because somebody else told you. If you buy it because you like it, even if it's a brand that nobody knows, at least you like it, you care about it, you enjoy it. If you end up buying something that you really don't care about, somebody just said, hey, you need a watch, you should buy a watch, you're not gonna enjoy it, you've just wasted your money. So the condom for the situation is to buy what you love. The number two thing is patience. The biggest thing, there's so many issues that's happened since COVID and since the COVID market has really spawned up. My biggest issue is the pressure that people have imposed, this pressure and a sense of urgency that have been imposed upon clients, and clients now impose upon themselves. If Rolex call them, they feel like they need to say yes right now or else they're going to lose a deal. Same thing with AP Paddock, anything else. And now you're seeing other brands doing the same thing. Hey, we just got this watch in, would love to secure it, and they make you feel like you're the only one who's getting this email when they're sending this email to 200 people. But they make it seem like, hey, Jay, I wanted to let you know before anybody else knows this watch is getting released. You should bam, bam, bam. And then you're like, oh man, I feel great that I'm getting this early access. I should commit. I should put some money down. When in fact, you're getting the same access everybody else is getting. So I think we need to take away that pressure. I think a lot of people feel a pressure like, man, I need to buy a watch right now. It needs to look like this, and I need to compete with these guys. And at the end of the day, You should just buy a watch because it makes you happy, and then we can get into like the nerdiness and the quirkiness. But aesthetically, you should love it, or there should be some type of sentimental significance. But you should go into this hobby with some type of vision of what you want to collect, what you want to buy. In my opinion, that just helps. It helps prevent a lot of the conversations me and you have had, Jay, with guys who've bought watches or ladies who bought watches, never loved those watches, and then when they sell to us and we give them a number, they seem so insulted as if we stabbed them in the liver. But what they feel is they never even wanted this watch, so now they feel double the loss that they didn't need to feel.
That's a good point. I mean, uh, the thing for me, I like to think of it like this: buying anything, forget watches. It could be anything. If I buy this and it's worth zero in 2 days, how bad am I gonna feel? And that's the thing. If you're buying a watch you love and that you like, if it's worth zero, it doesn't matter because you're gonna keep wearing it. You don't care. It's for you. I think that most people are buying these things with hopes that they can at least get something out of it. But it's like, no, you really should be buying this and just think there may be nobody else in the world that wants this as much as me. And I'm talking about non-Rolexes and Pateks. I'm talking about, when you're dealing with these obscure brands, micro brands, independents, because anything can happen. A year from now, we've seen brands go under and they're worth, um, I'm sounding crazy. Can you check my audio?
You sound good. You sound good. Good on this side.
All right. But yeah, I like to just think about it in that way. Like if I buy this, if it's worth zero, how terrible am I gonna feel? And if you're gonna feel terrible and horrible, then don't buy it. Buy it because you know you're gonna like it 5 to 10 years from now. But that's not how people look at watches anymore.
No, no, it's really, really changed, and it's so funny because when we started at Watch You Want, people were buying what they loved. They were buying Panerai, and we were rocking it on Panerais, Breitlands, Hublots, a little bit of Rolex, but it was really a lot of oddball stuff, and I think that's why I have I think the way I think because a lot of the collectors that interacted with when I first started, especially on the secondary market, they were just real enthusiasts who loved the funkiest stuff and like DeWitts and all type of oddball things. I think that rubbed off a lot on me because I saw people who were so passionate about everything besides Rolex AP. Like I said, Panerai was our biggest brand and made a lot of money. So when you start your career there, it kind of changes a lot.
That MBNF, I'm sorry. I can't believe they really made a watch that their guy's kid drew. It's crazy to me.
Oh man! All right, before we wind down, I was looking to see if they had anything interesting. But look, there's so many watches that you just don't know. So the question that was posed yesterday by
Oh,
SC
Daniel
was,
Roth.
little extra plat. SE pose, what is everyone's definition of luxury? And I thought it was a really great question. So I put it up on Instagram and I got a couple responses, but there's
Wait,
one.
I'm sorry, Scoop. I
Oh,
hate that but there was a Hublot MP10 Tourbillon that we just skipped over, and like I really would like you to go back to that.
oh, sure. Oh, if you want to talk Hublot, brother, I am here to talk Hublot with you. Hublot MP10. And they've been making these for quite a while. So they got to be selling to somebody, right?
It's
This is
it's
sapphire and black ceramic. Oh, this is the all ceramic version that they did before.
it's it's like a Earl work, but like with no soul. I It's not horrible, but it's also just like it's like a Devon thread and Earl work, and then it was just like,
Do you remember Devon Thread?
of course I do. Tim used to love them. Um, I
Tim
like
still
Devon.
loves Devon Thread.
Sorry, we just sold the last one, so he doesn't get to talk about it as much. Um, it's not the worst watch, but what the? I'm done. I'm sorry. I detracted us. This is not luxury. This is the opposite of luxury. Even though
Listen,
some may say it might be
it's
luxury.
330,000 um
Chocolate kisses.
and then 440,000 in the sapphire. 330 in the ceramic sapphire, 440,000 in the all
So
sapphire.
guys, remember we were talking about buying specific things and just knowing that not might not be worth anything. This is the epitome of buying something and knowing it's worth like 20% of what you bought it for. Am I tripping, Scoop? Like, imagine buying this and trying to
I just
sell
don't
this
know if
to.
it's liquid at all. I just don't know if it's like,
You
you
got to
know what I
take a
mean?
trade.
Like,
It's like you're buying 3 dogs, and then you're taking a hit in order for them to even take this as a trade. Like, you got to buy a Do It, a Hotlands. Sorry, I didn't mean to come at Hotlands, but like,
I mean, I wouldn't know what I would even try to like. Imagine like taking a trade like this to Mike Manjos. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
he would take the trade when you were gonna watch for like 75K, dead ass, because we're gonna list it for 120, or we retired. They would list it for like 120, 130. I swear to God, that's what that watch is gonna list for. If it's listed right now, that'd be interesting. They're probably gonna have it listed for close to
I think
retail.
there are other versions. Maybe
What
I'm
is
wrong.
Oh
Oh
my
no, this is the
God.
yeah.
Oh,
They've done a few different MPs. I forgot what the other one is.
that makes my hair stand up. Like,
I mean, like, see, they've done the LaFerrari. Oh my God, the LaFerrari with diamonds. People are buying these. You know, so I think the issue that we have is that we've been selling to certain clients who don't buy these things, but there are people who are buying the Hublot MP05 Ferrari with the bust down, with the diamonds.
you're right. We have not been talking to drug dealers. So
Yeah.
you're right that we've been taking money on
I,
wire and not blood money because
hey,
that's the only
listen.
type of person. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta be slinging yayo for you to be wearing the LaFerrari with diamonds. Like, there's no in betweens. Maybe you could be a sheik. You could be a sheik. You could be a prince, but it's either a prince or a dope boy. I'm sorry, ain't no in betweens on this one.
What about if you're wearing the Takashi Murakami? They're just so expensive. I just
So
don't
like
know,
I
man.
really like Takashi, man. That's the problem. Like, is that the Takashi Palm guy? Like his
Yeah.
inspiration? So that's the problem. It's like I really love him. Why did he choose to collab with them? This watch isn't
Cause
terrible,
they
but it's
paid. No,
also
it need a color. It's all sapphire. So it's like you don't
yeah,
even know what's
I
going on.
I can't that's just jewelry. It's not a watch. It would be fun if like it could rotate entirely, but I can't tell the time on that.
But how exactly do you tell the time?
No, you can see the indices inside.
Okay, this is the minute. Okay, minute, and then
Yeah.
this hours. Wow.
It's just fucking terrible. Excuse me. God. Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful
the game
strap.
got us.
Beautiful strap. Dummy strap.
Okay.
Crazy expensive. Thank you, Trap Vision. And I know you like Hublot, so it means a lot to me that you even agree that that's crazy.
It's crazy expensive, and that's on the secondary market.
Also, it's like those watches kind of look like a thoracic region, like it's like a heart, like somebody's. It's just there's nothing about that design that I like. I'm sorry. Okay, we
Let's.
shouldn't even gone down this route.
Well,
Sorry.
now I just want to see what's the most expensive fuel on Chrono 24. Now I'm curious.
It's probably gonna be like a sapphire case, no? Some
Yeah, I
weird.
think so. Oh, wow.
All right, we can end the show now. I think we've done enough
Yeah.
damage. We've done enough damage.
Wow. But the fact that like these things exist.
Starving children in Africa, dude. I can't. I just can't.
Oh, a piece unique, integral rainbow. So this probably cost this person upwards of $500,000. God bless him.
What is it? Stainless? What's
It
it
doesn't
made of?
matter. White gold.
I might have felt a little better if it was platinum. Just a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's get off of you, but I don't know why I just did that. I just kind of
I'm sorry. You just took the wind out of my sails. I'm ready to go back to bed.
yeah, like the rain clouds are coming in. It's so fun because it's getting dark.
Dude, you called this upon us.
I put the look. I need more light.
If you live in Florida, there's a hurricane coming. You can thank Sequan. In fact,
I put the Hubo on and
go to
everything.
Daniel Roth. Get us some sunshine, dude.
Oof,
Jesus.
all right, there we go. There you go.
Anyways,
Oh man. So we were talking about what's your definition of luxury? What's your definition of a luxury watch? And I got some really good answers. Um, this one from I can't pronounce it. This goes back to luxury being a distinctly personal perception and not an objective measurement. Some may define it as price, others based on rarity. The third person based on company slash watchmaker. That put it together. The good brands understand this and convey what's most important to their target audience accordingly. And I think that is absolutely right. I think everybody's version of luxury is a little bit different, and you have to kind of go to the brands who's feeding you what you're looking to eat from a luxury brand. I think Fabric. I'll figure out how to pronounce his name later. But shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you.
that's a fire ass name, dude.
Yeah, I think it's
Trap Vision said that they can loan that to me for the upcoming cruise, and I'd wear that at the formal night, and then they can have it back. Trap Vision, you're a stronger man than me, because I don't know if I'd be one to caught dead with that watch. Like, there's something about that watch that just. There's something about if we're talking about the last Hublot that we were looking at, it's giving like guys who drive big trucks with like super big wheels, and it's like, what are we compensating for? I'm just being honest with that's Trap Vision. You don't need that, bro. They already call you the Black
yeah.
Death, bro. You don't need
Yeah, you
that.
don't need this. You don't need this, bro.
If you compensate anymore, there's gonna be a black hole. It's not gonna be
They,
Black Death anymore.
they're gonna have you pinned down in the cruise club. You know how that cruise club gets, bro. They gonna got you pinned down in there, man. We
Yeah,
trying to
nah.
protect you, Trappers, and you want to be pinned up. And by the way, make sure you depending where you go on your cruise, make sure you pop into some watch stores and do a little recon for us. Let us know what's available so we can tell the people. Oh man! All right, we're winding down. I know we got about 4 minutes left because we got to make it an hour-long show today. But I agree with that definition of luxury. Luxury is whatever
Hey,
you feel it is.
take that
Yeah.
classic fusion for me. See,
Which one?
the one on the right, the rose gold classic fusion with the open work. So like, I love this. See, this is the type of
Yeah.
Hublot I like. And it's
You could
like,
get this for cheap. This is a fake price. You could get this for cheap, even a turn.
well, yeah, well, I didn't realize it was a term, but like, I prefer the classic fusion cases over all their other cases, and I feel like that is not something they push. They push the big bangs and the king powers and all this shit, and in my opinion, the classic fusion just has such a nice look. Like, it, it almost. Don't guys, don't get mad, but it almost looks better than a Royal Oak, the classic fusion.
Oh wow.
I said almost. I didn't say that. But the classic fusion, just like the aesthetic look of the classic fusion, it's just a very clean porthole. I like the lugs. I like how there's a little bit of a curvature on it. I just like the classic fusion. Not saying you should buy one over a 41 Blue Dial AP, but
I mean, it depends what you like. I think the reason why the classic fusion doesn't get pushed is this is the one that has like a ETA movements. Like a lot of people are, going on them on the movements they're used by. These sell
God
so
forbid
well.
I could get my watch fixed by anybody in the world. I don't have to go back to Hublot for the proprietary
It,
movements.
it, it will go down in history as one of the worst things that happened to the entire industry is when Swatch wanted to protect itself from selling movements to everybody, which I think is a weird law that they had to sell movements to everybody. But the fact that they had to go through that lawsuit had made everybody start defining in-house movements, blah, blah, blah. It wrecked the game because you got brands charging too much. And then you get brands like Hublot who they just get, it just gives them an easy thing to hit on Hublot. And Hublot does so many other things right, ceramics, sapphires, colored ceramics, 10-day movements, so many in-house movements. But like all day, we're gonna cry that they use ETA when everybody else is using ETA. And now today, half of these micro brands who are charging crazy numbers are using like Salida and not even Salida. You know what I mean? Like, and Salida isn't the worst of all. They're very close to ETA, but there are a lot of people using very lower end movements, not doing any type of finishing, and charging you $5, $6, $7,000 for it. So you better be careful.
No.
You know.
Trap Vision said my definition is being afforded the ability to purchase a timepiece that my ancestors were not able to, and that's a good point.
Amen.
That's a
Amen.
good
I,
point.
I think that's something that we miss a lot too, right? We're always looking at luxury watches and super high value, but luxury just means something that you don't need that you're able to attain. I think that's a great point. If you're able to get a Tissot, and before you they weren't able to wear Tissot's, that's a luxury. And if you're able to get a Rolex, that's a luxury. And if you're blessed enough to keep climbing those ranks and get into the Jorns, the Pateks and stuff, that's amazing too. But I think luxury, could be Omega Seamaster, man. It really is such an individual thing. And when you realize that it's individual, it really helps your enjoyment of this hobby, I feel.
Trap Vision said I own a Tissot Heritage 1938 because my descendants worked the fields, and the inception of that piece was $225. My descendants barely made 1K per year. As both of us being Virgin Islanders, and my father's actually from Antigua, I can guarantee you, our descendants, Sequan's descendants, Moses, is
The
what is it? The great great grandfather pretty much exonerated the slaves. How did that go?
as a great grandfather, but he helped. There's other rebellion leaders as well, but he did help leave a
We never
slavery
saw him
vote
after that
in
boat,
the Virgin
man.
Islands.
They
Yeah, he went
got
on
on
the
that
boat, and
boat, and that was
nobody
it.
knows.
We
Nobody knows what
never heard
happened
from
to him.
him again. So we feel you, Trap Vision. Hey, amen to that, bro.
Exactly. Hey, that's why we work so hard for him, man. For everybody who worked hard before us, we
Shit,
gotta honor
my
them.
dad only learned how to read when he was 40. He was a fucking landscaper. Excuse my language, damn. He was a landscaper all his life.
They're
So
doing good.
I know what you mean. He was working the fields up until I was 15, brother. I know.
Oh man. All right, so let's finish up on some Brightlands because I think they are.
Rose said Neo Vintage Zenith has some awesome prices, sorry, pieces with cool history, but you have to know where to look exactly. Yeah, that's true. What's going on, Rose? Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Yes,
Or
thanks for stopping
I
by.
shouldn't be assuming people are men because I know women love watches too, but I think Rose is a guy.
I'm fairly certain Rose is a gentleman. I'm fairly 99.99%. OC refers to him as a sir, so it's not our fault. It's OC's fault, and he's absolutely right. They're or they. See, now you got me. I don't know. Absolutely right that Neo Vintage Zenith. If you know what you're looking for, and I forgot we did a couple of streams. I think last week. One of the guys, maybe SC, or it might have been you, Rose. He gave us a few vintage Zenith models that were good to look up. So you know what? I think Rose, you inspired tomorrow's episode because that's gonna be a Thursday episode, and we're gonna cover Neo Vintage Zeniths. So
As long as we don't have to go back to the Zenith website, Jesus.
no. That website was not
Looks
was
like
not.
Trap Vision agrees with you. Breitling is a winner in his Breitling is a winner in his humble opinion. Let's go back to the Breitling because I definitely got to dip out in 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. We're winding down. We this was a great stream, by the way. Thank you guys so much. Upvote, comment, like, subscribe. You guys are amazing for popping in with us every day, and we will keep coming to you. And remember, we got
Rose
some
said
week.
they did some cool stuff around the whole Felix Baumgartner skydive. I've never heard of that. Baum.
Remember, he skydived from the balloon. So they
Oh,
did a Defy Extreme for him.
that's
You
pretty dope.
remember, like he was in the balloon, but he went like to space or to the edge of space, and then skydived from the balloon in the spacesuit.
The name Baumgartner definitely sound familiar. Do you mind going to that B-52 Datora? Because that's probably the nicest Breitling I've seen in a long time. The
Where
pink,
do you see the
the
Torah?
salmon dial. You're right there.
Ah, yes, there you go. Yeah. So this
Wow.
is part of their newer echelon of stuff, and they kind of re-envisioned the Torah in a non-advertisement case, and
I like
it's a great
Navitimer a
watch.
lot, so that's interesting that they took it out of the typical case. And this is one of the nicer Breitlings I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, no, they're in a weird situation just because the ownership group and they're trying to do all type of things, but they have been producing some quality pieces if you're looking for certain stuff. This is great. The pistachio is good as well.
I think though, like these colors is the pistachio definitely feels like pandering, like because we talked about this before. It's like this is the niche. These are like the colors that are in right now. Like this salmon,
But but
everybody's
but you
doing
got to do
salmon.
it. You got to do it. You gotta give the people something. So these
That
are the
that's
Detours that I
that's like
fell in love with.
how many salmon dial Rolexes are there? There probably are one or two, but like there's no salmon dial Daytonas, are there?
Yeah, well, but they're not fighting for customers like everybody else is a problem.
Well, you said that everybody got to do it.
Well, everybody who is in Rolex Paddock and AP has to
Attic
do it.
has salmon dial, so I don't
Well,
agree.
well, they did it just because they want to.
I know, I
You know
know,
what
I
I
know,
mean?
I know.
You
It's
know,
not because they had to. They do it because they got to flex on us. So
e-
you're 100% correct.
exactly. Because they're
Trap
clearly the
Vision says,
best.
I'm about to hit a few garage sales and Goodwills in hope of finding vintage pieces. A friend of mine found an authentic Cartier Santos at what for $25? It
So
is, but like I don't know about $25 for Cartier Santos.
no, no. So
That's
so
lucky,
listen,
man.
like Cartier, Cartier is a good brand to hunt. Look for like older Longines, anything that looks a brand that you recognize, or if it's mechanical, is worth a shot. It's worth a buy. Cause a lot of people have stuff that they just honestly don't remember when they bought it, or their parents or whatever bought it, and when they bought it. You always hear that story about the memo box that the guy found in Goodwill for nothing and sold for a bunch of money. A lot of people are just not thinking about it, or when they got it, they weren't valuable. So a lot of those like Cartier tanks, yes, you could find them, and just wipe them off, and they're worth 10, 15,000. It
But
doesn't happen
but
every day,
Sequan,
but it's good to
Sequan,
check out.
we bought a lot of watches. How many times did somebody say that they found a watch at a garage sale, or they opened their closet and there was a hidden compartment that had this Daytona from
True.
1975? And it's just like now, Trap Vision, some people do get lucky and they find these watches for $25 and they're authentic. But a lot of these like weird, obscure things that you can find in the garage sales, sometimes they can be fakes. I'm not saying that they all are. Not
Of course, and I'm thinking he's gonna do it
No, no,
anyways,
he's
and
a
he's not
savant.
doing it.
I'm sure
Yeah,
Trap
yeah, yeah,
Vision's gonna
exactly.
look and like do his
I
due
mean, he's
diligence
gonna hit
before
us
he
up.
buys
He's
some
gonna
shit.
he's gonna DM us, and we're gonna make sure Trap Vision is good. But I'm saying that, like, if your neighborhood is having a garage sale and you're just walking around the dog or something like that, feel free to ask him,
Oh
hey, you,
yeah,
you got a bag of watches? Like, that's what I mean. But don't think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna no, because there's people who've been doing that for the past 10, 15 years now. So
easily. Tan said Breitling should not cut the numerals on the dial, and it's funny you say that because I'm not a big fan of when they do that. Like when they cut the numerals in for the sub dials. But also, you couldn't keep the numeral there because the sub dial wouldn't be complete. So it's a weird.
so
What
so
could they do?
so a lot of people would say just don't have the numerals.
Just do
Some
indices?
Yep, some people would say just do a smaller 10, tuck it in there, and just do a smaller 8, tuck it in there, and the same thing for the 4 and 2, and
But
maybe you can make it work. But a lot of people, it could, something about it is off-putting when like it's
well,
chunked
this
out
dial
like that.
especially because it literally cuts into like five or six different numbers, whereas usually it's just two or three numbers that's affected: the 10, the 8, the 7, the 5, the 4,
Oh
and the
wow, yeah.
are obstructed. So they did not plan that dial out well. Like it definitely feels like they added sub dials after the fact or something when you look at the landscape of that dial.
And I agree with Rose. Look at what you're getting for 9 grand. Like, and look, you could go to David SW, David SW. He has one for 8,900.
Well, I
So you could beat him
mean,
up.
let's not forget that there is a Breitling stamp on the case. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it
still
it, it
at,
does
at
suck.
the end of the day, it can have all the bells and whistles, but you still bought a Breitling. Not saying that Breitling's bad, but like there's a reason the price point is what it is. They're probably trying to gear themselves back because at one point they were killing it. I remember I couldn't keep Chronomats. Not the case anymore. I think they're going through a whole revamping of their brand recognition. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. Sorry, I just got caught off. Because Tan is right. FP Jordan uses different sizes for numerals on their dials, and it works better. Better. I think that is a great point. I'm gonna try to pull up one.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because I do believe that they do that, but also like they probably do it at such a level, you know what I'm saying? That like Brightland's not gonna be paying attention to detail in the way that Jorn is, and they're also making so many less watches. Jorn is.
So here's a great example, just on the Kurometsu Souverain, or this excuse me,
Uh
the
Rose,
Kurometsu Blue Souverain. Go
with
ahead.
you. I'm all about the moon phase, and I'm not detracting anything from that brand. Like it's a beautiful watch. It's just the sad thing is, I've just dealt with Brighton for so long that it's hard for me to take the stigma out when I'm looking at them. But yes, no, the chronometric blue, that eight being the 8 and 7 being smaller is such a you can't really tell. Like they did that
Exactly.
with taste. But on the Breitling, am I wrong in saying that that was applied indices? So it's a little bit different.
Yes, but there probably was a way, like if they were willing to. The problem is they're trying to fit standardized movements, and that's the real issue there. But it shows that if you wanted to take the effort, there is a way, and this is another good example.
Trap vision, you gotta believe. Don't even go looking if you're gonna go with that mindset. You gotta just know that you're gonna find one. Just be positive and you're gonna find it. If you go in there with the mindset that you're not gonna be that lucky, fortune will not favor you. Fortune only favors the bold.
Amen. Amen. I'm just trying to
I
find
was
the
not a
exact
fan
place.
of that big date perpetual joint. That's one of the ugliest joints I've ever seen, and I like most
Or
of them.
these the clover.
No, no, no. The one that had the power reserve. I'm a couple. I was looking at the YouTube. Yeah, the one you were right there. The damn it. Yeah, that one there. I don't like the way that dial's designed at all. That.
Really, I think this is just a bad picture of it.
Go to another one then. Like there's other pictures there. Is there a better version?
Well, not on that listing.
Maybe you're right. It doesn't seem like you're most of FP Journe dials just feel well thought out. And I know that the indices are a little darker because the guy took a photo with his iPhone, but it's just like I'm not a fan of the big date in the middle with the this doesn't seem like a typical Journe watch in my opinion.
All right, let me just pull it up over here. And I'll be the last of the day. You guys are so amazing, by the way. All right, let's go.
I have an Okta S line. It has different size numerals and it works. Yeah, no, I mean the chronometric blue pretty much proved the point there. That they know what they're doing, and there's numerous iterations that we're seeing of each one of these genres where like they make an effort to maybe like on the not the 10 9 8. There's like a slowly getting smaller and larger. So like it's designed very well. I definitely agree. You haven't changed my mind. This is the
No.
worst FP Jordan watch. The Zodiac is
Oh,
the FP Jordan watch. This is a
well.
close second. Every Zodiac I sold is broken. I hate Zodiacs.
Yeah,
All
they're
broken.
the zodiacs are tough, but I do like this. I would do this though. I would put on the bracelet.
It looks
No, I
better in
rock with this one.
rose. I don't like the this the pr- I don't like that they have everything in the middle, like kind of squeezed in the middle, I guess. It just doesn't feel Jorn like to me. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm probably tripping. I'm tripping, chat.
I think so. I like it. It's a winner. Anyways, guys, the rain is pouring down, and we gotta get some work done today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I want to steal Rose's thought about he's saying 18 is too thick. So I think my question of the day tomorrow is gonna be, what is too thick on a watch for you? How thick is too thick? And I think we're gonna go hunting on vintage Zeniths. So thank you for those ideas, Rose. I'm gonna steal them from you and use them. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. You guys make this so easy to do, talking with you all day. So we're happy to do it tomorrow as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, if you need independent, truly independent watch advice, visit cqthewatchguy.com. Schedule a consultation session. We'd love to talk watches and help navigate your watch journey with you.
Thank you so
Any
much,
words to the
Trap
people?
Vision. Oh, I just wanted to thank Trap Vision. He said that we hold it down for the content and that the partnership seems.
Appreciate you.
Um, yeah, I try. I've known this guy for about 12 years, so I hope that it comes across as authentic.
Yeah, right. I've been faking it
But
for a long time.
appreciate you guys for stopping by and listening to us chatter because, CQ is the expert. I'm just retired, and I
Yes.
appreciate y'all for listening.
All right, guys. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Talk soon.
Peace.